Hello, I'm editing this video right now. It is middle March. I filmed this video in early February. So, yeah, disclaimer. Some of the stuff is not going to make sense. And that's okay. We don't really know what we're talking about anyways. Onto the video. Hello guys, I'm Sabrina, and today it's not going to be a really structured video that I'm going to give you. I'm just going to be talking about some romance stuff because Valentine's Day is coming up and I'm kind of excited for it this year. I don't know why, but I'm just like so excited because of the pink, the red, the hearts and the flowers, and just like the amount of romance and love that's in the air during this time, and it's great. I love it. So I'm just gonna kind of like talk about the romance books that have been on my mind lately and some like couples that have been on my mind lately, and yeah, just like romance bookish things. So I guess like we'll get started. Okay, so first I'm gonna talk about what I've been kind of rereading lately is Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. I don't know what compelled me to pick this book up again, but I'm reading some scenes and I'm like, holy shit, this is so fucking cute. The friends to lovers trope is my favorite trope ever. Like, yes, I love other tropes, but this is just a favorite. It's so heartwarming, and I love like just like the steps into the romance kind of thing. Steps, I don't know, the journey, I guess you would call the yearning. It's so great. You know the friend on like a certain like level that's sort of intimate, but like not really, you know, there's like still some boundaries there. But then once you like hit the romance kind of part, it's just you get to know them in such like a different and more intimate way, and I think that's just the thing that I love the most, and it's so great. And Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating is this. It's so great. It is so cute. Honestly, like, I love that book. It is just so heartwarming, and it's so cute when they finally get together. Spoiler alert here, but when Josh goes over to Hazel's house and she already knows that she's pregnant, but he doesn't know, and so he's kind of just like moving around her house, like putting the flowers that he gave her in a vase, and she's like, this is weird, why is he dressed up, you know, all that stuff. And then he sits next to her, and then he's like, oh, so are you still like gonna go out with that dude? She's like, nope, not gonna go out with him. And then he's like, cool. And it's just like he's building that courage up to ask her on a date. And then he does. And it's so fucking cute. And I love it so much. It's such a cute book. I can't get over it. I will gush about it for days on end. It is so great. Another book that I've been really just like loving a lot more is Take a Hint, Dani Brown by Talia Hibbert. Like, when I first read it, I was like, my feelings are kind of lukewarm on it. Like, I did like it, but, like, I didn't really like it as much as, you know, other romance books I read. But then, like, something in my mind was like, hey, you should, like, pick up that book again. Like, just, like, read, like, a little bit of it. I did. And I don't know. It is so great. It's so great. I love Zaf and Dani so much. They are just amazing. I love them so much. I honestly, like, I can get over the social media aspect. Like, it's not a huge feat for me. It is just the story and like the friends to lovers kind of thing too, and like the fake dating. I love fake dating. It is so cute, and the way they support each other is amazing. I love it so much. Another book, or two books I guess, The Right Swipe and Girl Gone Viral by Alisha. Oh my god, I cannot get over those books. I talked about them in my favorite books of 2020. They are still like top tier, so great, so amazing. I love it so much. They're so cute, and I love them so much. These romance books give me so much serotonin, and it is great. It is great. It fills my sad, sad soul. Also, what's coming up, I think the last book in the Modern Love series by Alisha Rai, First Comes Like, comes out this month. I think the 16th. Ooh, in a couple days. I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited. We're gonna be following Gia. I am excited. I've said that a million times, but I am so excited for it. I love Gia. Even like when she was a side character in the other books, I love her so much. And she's getting her own story. Hell yeah, let's fucking get it. Also, the last book in the Brown Sisters series by Talia Hibbert. Oh my god, Act Your Age, Eve Brown. I am so excited for it. People have been talking about this book, you know, those who got the arc, and like what they're saying about it makes me so excited. I can't wait for it. And like it's like the grumpy and the, what is it, sunshine trope. I cannot wait to love it. I already know I'm gonna love it. Oh my god. Alisha Rai and Talia Hibbert, top tier romance authors for me. I love it so much. Also, I think this year The Heart Principle by Helen Hoang is coming out, and I cannot wait for it. Quan! He is the ultimate wingman. He was the ultimate wingman in The Kiss Quotient and The Bride Test. And the fact that we're getting his story now, honestly, like, we need it. We need it so much. I love him so much. Ah! And also, I think it's like a friends to lovers. I am just such in a friends to lovers trope mood now. Like recently, I don't know why. It's just something that I'm seeking so much. The book I'm reading right now is also like a kind of like a friends to lovers. It's Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. I'm getting kind of weird vibes from that book, so I don't know. I think I'm like 30% of the way there. I just don't feel a connection between the two, or like the main couple basically, because at the beginning, sorry, I'm gonna talk about this book. If you want to read it, it's go look it up on Goodreads if you want to read it, if it sounds interesting. It's a romance book, you know, friends to lovers trope, but spoilers from here on out until I say so, you know. But basically, we have our main character. I forgot her name. I'm so sorry. But basically, she was friends with this dude. Macy. Her name is Macy, and the guy's name is Elliot. So those are the two characters right now. Basically, Macy and Elliot, they were friends when they were 13 all the way up until their senior year in high school, but then something happened that caused Macy to distance herself from him, and then now, like 11 years in the future, they're reconnecting and yada yada yada, you know. But the reason why I feel a disconnect there is because in the beginning, when they're like 28, you already kind of feel a disconnect because it's like, oh, I don't know these characters. I don't know what happened. Also, like, we don't know what happened. It's like some sort of mystery that's like unfolding, but I'm just like, tell me right now, and then like we'll progress through the whole thing, you know. But it's cool. But yeah, so like, I don't know what happened between them. I don't like know like the mood or like the relationship, you know. It's like Macy's kind of just like, oh, I miss him, you know, but like that thing he did, I'm like, what did he do? Like I need to like understand your feelings and like what happened so that I can feel some sort of connection there. And then when you go back to when they're 13 and kind of meeting, like they don't know each other, so it's like, well, I don't know Elliot, I don't know how to react to him. And like kind of now with like the story progressing, because it's like it goes from like past to present, I'm getting weird vibes from Elliot. Like you know, there's like situations where it's not the situation that's in this book, but it's like a similar situation where it's like you want to break up with someone, but they're like, no, like we're good together, you know, like we're compatible, right? Like, yeah, it's like that vibe from him. And not really digging it, but I will read more and see if I will DNF it or not. So watch out for that if I even do a video about that. But yeah, that's kind of like a friends to lovers book I'm reading right now. Also, one thing that I want to talk about, I have a Tumblr, if y'all don't know. I'll leave it in the description box below. But basically, I've been trying to make this Tumblr post. I don't know if like anyone else has like talked about it. I'm pretty sure people have fucking talked about it, you know, it's a common thing. But just like, I have such a deep love for when lovers say, "You're my best friend," or any variation of that to each other. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the friends to lovers trope. It's just so great and I love it. And I've been trying to make like a Tumblr post, you know, with like the many instances where I like have seen it in media. I like want to put videos in it, but you know, like Tumblr, like when you post it, it limits you to only one video, and so I don't want to have to like keep reblogging it with like the different videos that I find. Maybe I'll do that, I don't know. I still have to like plan it out. It's been in my drafts for about like 2 months, so I guess I'll talk about like the different ones that I've found with that kind of thing, you know. So the first one is You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogle, one of my favorite books of 2020. It is such a good one. Lovers to Enemies to Lovers, or the second chance trope. Love it so, so much. But basically, I'll just read what I have here. So the caption is, "We deepen the kiss," and it says we don't... Oh. Sorry, I read that fucking wrong. Let me start over again. "We deepen the kiss, and it says what we don't have to. I tug him closer, closer, until we align all over. When we part for breath, I ask, do you know you're my best friend? Am I? His eyes are sapphires held in front of a roaring flame, glinting as they're turned. I know every microscopic detail of his face. I know the shape of his brows for every emotion. He's the most beautiful man who ever lived, and at one time I couldn't have said with any certainty what color eyes he had." I love that so much. It is so great. And like it does like continue on where he's like, "You're my best friend too." So great, so amazing. I love it. The next one is the one where like it deepened my love for the friends to lovers trope. Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. Emma and Julian, I know it is such an unpopular opinion. I know people don't like them because they're angsty and they're horny all the time throughout the series, but I love them. I love them so much. I love Julian. That's an unpopular opinion. I love Julian. I mean, there's just something about him that I like, and he's not like one of my favorite characters, you know? It's just that I like have a deep love for him. I don't know why. I love Emma with all my heart. She is my girl. I love her. Carstairs, protagonist only, okay? Those are the only protagonists that I stan here, alright? Jem Carstairs, Cordelia Carstairs, Emma Carstairs. We love them. We love them. Anyways, the line is from Lady Midnight, and yeah, basically I'll read it. "Hey, sweetheart," she said. "Are you alright?" He smiled up at her, blinking. He is Tabby. Okay. He looked like Julian when he and Emma were children, before the world had changed him. My best friend and my best love. I love it so much. Honestly, I feel like we were robbed of like a scene where Emma and Julian say, "You're my best friend." I feel like we were robbed. I know that technically Christina is Emma's best friend, but I feel like we could have had a scene where Emma and Julian are just like, "You're my best friend," and it would have been so great, so amazing. I would have loved it so, so much. The next one is actually from a song by Miss Lorde. I love her so much. "A World Alone." I love that song so much. I feel like it's so underrated, but I love it so, so much. Honestly, the whole album, Pure Heroine, especially the extended edition, top tier. One of my favorite albums ever. But the line is, "All the double-edged people and schemes, they make a mess, then go home and get clean. You're my best friend and we're dancing in a world alone. A world alone, we're all alone." I love the song so, so much. It is so great. It just has this like feeling of nostalgia, similar to Ribs, and I don't know, it's such a great song. I think it's like such, it's just such a fucking great song, you know? And it's a song that I can put on repeat for hours and hours and can never get tired of it. Also, like, I love like the little chattering in the background while the music is playing, because it just like conveys the whole mood of like you and that one person alone, surrounded in a world full of people just like chattering and mumbling and all that stuff. It's amazing. I love it. The next one is from Normal People. I actually talked about this in my wrap up, but I didn't like the book as much as I liked the series. The series, top tier for me. One of my favorite shows ever. It is my comfort show. Like, you know, along with Glee. I'll get to that. Which is weird, you know, Glee and Normal People as my comfort shows. Weird that like they're both up there, you know, because they're so different. But Normal People. I wanted to put the, this is where like the video comes in. I wanted to put the scene in episode 6 where Marianne is like, I don't have class until 3, and he's like, well, I have to get home, you know, and they're like talking, and Marianne is like, I like Niall, you know, do you think he's your best friend? He's like, no. She's like, oh. And he's like, you are. I love it so much.
I don't have class until 3.
Yeah, but I've got to go home and get some stuff, and Niall worries about me.
That's nice. I like Niall, even though I haven't met him yet. Is he your best friend, do you think?
No. You are.
And there's also that scene in episode 11. It's like a little bit more of a sad scene where he's like, you know, you're my best friend and I don't want to ruin that. Like, obviously Marianne is like very heartbroken.
Look, I don't know what the best thing for us to do is. Like, obviously it's nice for me to hear you say this stuff, but like at the same time things haven't worked out well for us in the past. Like, you know, you're my best friend and I don't want to lose that for any reason.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I just love like how they say like, you're my best friend. It's so great because you know their connection. You can feel it and it's amazing. But I did take something from, or I took a screenshot off from the book. It's not as heartwarming as it is in the series, and so I wanted to put the one from the series and this one instead of the one in the book, because the book is kind of just like, this is how Connell fucked with Marianne. I'll read it. Basically, he used to pull the blankets off her in the morning and get on top of her with this little smiling expression like, oh, hey, hello. They were best friends. He told her that when he asked him who his best friend was. You, he said. Then at the end of May, he told her he was moving home for the summer. See how that's like different? I don't know if you've seen the series, but like it's very different. Anyways, moving on. The next one I have here is from Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. Again, we're talking about this book. I just love it so much. I'll just read it because I already kind of talked about it, but context. They slept together. Spoilers, I'm sorry. They slept together first, and then like a couple of like days or a week passed, and then they slept together again. First time they had sex, they were kind of like, are we still okay? Are we still friends? You know, like, we're still good, right? It was a one-time thing. Sure. But yeah, that happened, and then they go on a date. They go on a double date again. Basically, Hazel gets kind of sad and she goes home. Josh is like, he comes over and he's like, oh, hey, like, what's wrong? Like, why are you crying, you know? And she was like, I thought, like, you were gonna go out with her and, like, go home with her, all that stuff. Basically, he's like, you want me to stay? She's like, sure. And then they fall asleep on her bed, which leads to them having sex for a second time. And then the next morning, the morning after, this is where they're talking. They're kind of like, are we still okay? You know, I know we said it was a one-time thing, but this can be like a two-time thing. Like, never again. Sure. That was a really long context for this, but basically I'm gonna read what it says. It felt pretty compatible. I squeezed her hips gently. I don't think we're pretending anything. We've slept together twice, and that's okay, right? It doesn't have to mean anything we don't want it to mean. You're okay? I am. Are you? I laugh a little. Of course I am. You're my best friend, Haze. Her eyes meet mine, and they're wide with surprise. What? I ask. You've never said that before. Yes, I have. No, you haven't. I start to think back, but it's honestly immaterial. Well, it's true. I'm okay. You're okay. Most importantly, we're okay. I love it. I love it so, so much. Okay, enough talking about that. Let's move on to the last one that I have on this one, which is from Glee. Yes, we're circling it back to Glee. And this, honestly, the whole, like, me, like, trying to find all this stuff came from this one scene, because it's just so pure, and I love it. So it's a scene between Brittany and Santana. It's in season 2. I think it's in the last episode, New York. The way I know all this stuff, it's pretty bizarro for me. But basically, Santana is still pissed about them losing nationals, and Brittany's just like, you know, like, this year, like, or she's like, I really, like, sure, losing nationals was really sad, but, you know, that's not what this year was. It was about finding ourselves and really just connecting with our family, the Glee Club, you know? And Santana's just like, you know, or no, Brittany's also like, so, you know, like, I'm okay with everything. Let's just, like, see where next year leads us to. And Santana goes, well, what about us, you know? Because in this season, Santana starts to come into her sexuality and understanding herself, and she does confess to Brittany, like, I love you. And Brittany, obviously, Brittany says it back, but Brittany, obviously, she's invested in a different relationship, and so she tells Santana, you know, like, I love you, but I can't do that to, like, the other person I'm in a relationship with. And this upsets Santana, and so that's the whole thing. But then in the last episode, Santana's just like, well, what about us? And then Brittany, she was just like, well, you know, if you're single and I'm single, then, like, I'm pretty sure we can make it work. And then they hug each other, and Santana's just like, you're my best friend. And Brittany's like, yeah, me too.
I love them. I love everyone in Glee Club. And I get to spend another year with everyone I love, so I'm good.
What about you and I?
I love you, Santana. I love you more than I've ever loved anyone else in this world. All I know about you and I is that because of that, I think anything's possible.
You're my best friend.
Yeah, me too.
And I love it so much. I love it. I love it. Amazing. Again, similar to Marianne and Colin, you, with Santana and Brittany, you could feel their connection. You understand their growth and, like, how they got to that, like, place. And you can, like, you know that they're best friends. You know, they're not just saying, oh, you're my best friend, willy-nilly. Like, you can feel it, you know? And just, like, the connection there. And it's so great, so amazing. I love them so much. Oh, my God. Literally the best. I love it so, so much. Hello, it's Editing Sabrina again. I have one more, actually. It's from Miss Taylor Swift's You Are in Love from the 1989 album. I love the song so much, but the line is, one night he wakes, strange look on his face, pauses, then says, you're my best friend. And you knew what it was. He is in love. I love it so much. That's it. That was the last one that I wanted to talk about. Yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about, like, whatever I said, all that stuff. If you have any, like, friends to lovers recommendations, it could be, like, shows, movies, books, any sort of that stuff. Comment down below. Please let me know. I want to consume more of that sort of stuff. So yeah, do that. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.